It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Monday with the morning sprint.
Caroline Flynn is taking a look at this year's flu shot and explains why it may be time to get yours.
Nikki Torres tracking a cool, rainy day in store. But first, to our Kelsey Morgan, following the U.S. has seen in years.
Well, right now, at more than 50 GM facilities across the country, 46,000 employees are refusing to work. Those facilities are in 9 states, mostly in the center of the country. General Motors and the United Auto Workers Union have not been able to agree on a contract because the union says GM is putting profits ahead of employees. Along with improved wages and health care benefits, union members are demanding GM keep open 4 assembly plants in Detroit, Ohio, Baltimore, and Michigan, which are all slated to close.
We are standing up for our members and for the fundamental rights of working class people in this nation.
Yesterday, GM released a statement saying, "We presented a strong offer. It is disappointing that union leadership has chosen to strike." The two sides are set to resume talks this morning at 10 o'clock.
Your temperatures this morning, they are still hovering right around the low to mid 50s, and we're not going to warm up by much for today. We're expecting a high temperature of 60 degrees in Spokane. We're also expecting some wet weather in the forecast for today. We're looking at some rain rolling in late this morning, even for this afternoon, and it could trickle into this evening. So we are expecting a low temperature today of 44 degrees, potential for more rain showers for tonight. Otherwise, for this morning, some areas already seeing those rain showers and gray skies for your Monday.
An Idaho woman died in a crash Sunday afternoon near Lewiston. Idaho State Police say 75-year-old Geneva Towner was driving on US 95 when her car crossed the median and crashed into an oncoming car. Towner died at the scene. The driver of the other car and a passenger received minor injuries. Traffic was detoured for about 4 hours, but the road is back open. Troopers are now working to figure out what caused that crash.
A jury has ordered Amtrak to pay millions of dollars to 3 people who were impacted by the 2017 deadly train derailment in Western Washington. Amtrak previously admitted its negligence contributed to the crash. Now the first 3 people to sue Amtrak for pain and suffering resulting from the derailment have been awarded a combined $17 million. This settlement is expected to be one of many. Dozens more victims are preparing similar lawsuits.
Investigators are now not only looking for the driver in a deadly hit and run, but also passengers who were in the car. Troopers say last Tuesday night, a car that looks like this one hit and killed a 26-year-old man on I-90 near the Hamilton exit. The car did not stop. Investigators are still looking for the driver and now say there were several passengers in the car at the time. Those people could be charged with failing to report the crash.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh back in the headlines. The president and other Republicans are coming to Brett Kavanaugh's defense once again in light of new sexual misconduct allegations.
Just shows the obsession with the far left with trying to smear Justice Kavanaugh.
Meanwhile, some 2020 presidential candidates are calling for Kavanaugh's impeachment.
The Bachelorette, a country music star, and a former White House press secretary, all getting ready to hit the ballroom floor in tonight's season premiere of Dancing with the Stars. But supermodel Christy Brinkley will not be competing after she broke her arm in rehearsals.
2 minutes to take off, and my mom calls me and she said, "Sailor, you need to save the day."
Now, Brinkley's daughter will be taking her place. Watch tonight at 8 on 4 News Now.
And it's already that time of year to start thinking about your flu shots. The good news is experts are saying that they're not predicting any shortages this year. But the bad news is some places like Multicare Rockwood are going to be getting the shots a little bit late. Yes, there are some places in town right now that you can get it at. But because the experts and the folks that are making the shots want to make sure that it can protect against as many strands as possible, there is a bit of a delay. So the best thing to do right now, put a call into the place that you normally get it at and make sure you're setting up that appointment, because the sooner you can get it, the better protected you can be this season.
Walmart is collecting old car seats starting today. You can trade in your car seat that your child has outgrown in exchange for a $30 Walmart gift card. There is a 2-car seat trade-in limit per household. The trade-in event starts this morning and goes until the end of the month. Walmart says it is partnering with a recycling business to help keep those car seats out of landfills.
This year's Spokane Interstate Fair was a record setter. The fair wrapped up yesterday following a big weekend. Nearly 42,000 people stopped by on Saturday, which is more than any other single day in the fair's history. The previous record of 41,000 was set last year.
Well, several Spokane streets will be completely closed today. Crews are working on resurfacing projects on Wall Street and Washington Street. They'll start at 7 o'clock this morning in just a few minutes, but they say the seal on the road will have to dry for 4 hours before those roads can be reopened. The work is being done on this mile-long section of Wall Street in North Spokane. Starting in a few minutes, the road will close from Wellesley to Francis until 5 o'clock tonight. And down in the Emerson Garfield neighborhood near North Central High School, this half-mile stretch of Washington from Indiana to Buckeye will be closed. That closure will also be from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's expected to last today and tomorrow.
New York's governor says he is taking action. Andrew Cuomo announced the state of New York will move to ban flavored e-cigarettes immediately. Cuomo says instead of waiting for the federal government to act, state health officials in New York are planning to implement an emergency regulation.
We would ban all flavors besides tobacco and menthol.
Cuomo says the focus is on keeping kids from picking up e-cigs. The state of Michigan has enacted a similar ban, and the president has voiced his support for a federal ban on flavored e-cigarettes.
Well, tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, are you putting off dental care because of the costs? If so, you're not alone. But Smile Source's free dental day is almost here. We'll show you where and when to go, how to beat the crowds, and what services will be available. Everything you need to know tomorrow morning on 4 News Now.
Cooler conditions and some wet conditions for today, and it's not just going to be for today. It's actually going to continue on throughout our work week. 60s throughout the forecast for the next few days. We're also expecting the potential for thunderstorms come Wednesday.
All right, Nikki, thanks so much.
And thank you for being with us. Good Morning America starts right now.